Welcome to another exciting episode of the old Schwinn we pulled from the trash. We're trying to rebuild this a little bit at a time as we go through the summer, and I think we have some more to go. But the bottom bracket's in, cranks are off. There does seem to be a problem. No brakes yet, new bars and stems, and today we're going to focus up front at the brakes, then we're going to go to the back on the brakes. Just the brakes today, that's it. First step up here, let's get this thing out of the way so we can see it better. So this wheel, just out with it. Okay, what we have here is a side pull brake. It pulls from the side, that's how we get the name. This one does have some squeak issues and some problems. This is in contrast to the more modern dual pivot. This dual two pivots. Each arm has its own pivot. So dual pivot brake like this, side pull brake like this. That's the one we have and the one we're going to work on. So one problem we're going to see is all of this play. It's all adjusted up front, so that's kind of nice. So this motion here we've got to get rid of. A little squeakiness there. Anytime we hear a squeak, I think we know what to do. A little bit of this. A little bit of lubrication, not a bad thing here. So there's a pivot here. Let that soak in. Good. And on a brake like this, spring comes down, rubs against the arm there. A little drop right there at that contact point. A little drop, a little too much there. And another drop right there. Okay. That's better already. But this play again, that's a problem. And that is something we need to get rid of. So how this is done on the side pull, on this style, the double nut style, two nuts in front. These lock in front of each other. So we can see there's the outer nut, the lock nut. The inner nut is the adjusting nut. So a wrench, the OBW, the offset brake wrench, 4, it has a 10 millimeter. That is for that inner nut, that is the adjusting nut. We can break free the outer one, that's free. Then we can make our adjustments and we can tighten this thing down a little bit and hold. This is an important concept here. Hold the adjustment and we're going to secure the nuts against each other so the two are binding against each other. And we're going to test our brake. Still lots of play. Still need to keep moving. We can go a lot further in. Okay. Seem to be pressing against something to have come down. It's hitting. We're going to back off a little bit. Now we're going to run a lock nut down, down, down. Hold it. And we're going to secure. I don't want the outer nut to be pressing against the arms, just that inner adjusting nut. That is a lot better. So I squeeze gently, they come out nicely. If I over tighten, let's go ahead and show you what over tighten would be like. Break that free. If I went too far, hold and secure. Squeeze, it is slow to come back. That's not good. So we're a little bit too far past. We're going to come back just a little bit. No movement, but it springs back nicely. That one is ready. But still has a problem. The mounting bolt back here, the mounting nut rather, is not really appropriately set. We're going to take it off and show you what happens here. So that's off. We have the nut. We have a little simple thrust washer and then a spacer. This spacer on this bike should actually be in the front. So we're going to put that on the front. But this is nice here. Notice this is a little serrated washer here. That's not really a lock washer. That's not what it's really for. That's going to go up against the brake. It's going to go through here, past these cobwebs. On the back is a flat surface, so we just use our washer. And the nut, I can't spin it down by hand. It's got a nylon ring in there. It's called a nylock nut. Now we can install it. So here I'm just going to try and hold it centered and then secure it. We don't really know with the wheel in. We're not really worried about placing yet. That's another episode. So the front one there is pretty good. It's quiet. It's not moving. We do have a problem. We'll deal with it again with another episode. It's the pads here, hard as a rock. So exposure to oxygen, exposure to the environment, just made them nearly useless. So having looked at this, we need to go to the back to have a look at it. Now we're at the back, we need to talk about some parts because this is all we had. That is probably a problem, yes. Don't worry about the brake shoes, that's another day. But that just slid in there and yes, it can slide out. So no fastener, we need to go and search our old parts drawers for the old bike. Notice we have on our seat stay this nice bridge here. It's round tubing and a flat surface should not go against that round tubing. So what we have is a couple of nice radius washers. They're curved to match, one on one side, one on the other. That's going to be good. And now, if we call the front had a serrated washer. We're going to try and class it up here a little bit. We've got a nicer washer. Oh, look at that one. Look at all those teeth biting the stud of that brake. So that's going to go on there. You see those on the better side poles. So here we need our radius washer. And then through the frame, another radius washer, and a thrust washer. Luckily, we had an old one because it's an old bike, we want that. And a nut. It's an M6 thread, but again, that nylon ring we call a nylock nut. That is going to go in place. We could tighten that down a lot, and it would take the torque and hold, but we could crush tubing and it would make it hard to center. So the nylon nylock nut with the nylon allows us to do a mild torque, a decent torque, but still have it not loosen. Hold it as if braking were going forward. And secure. It is about a 6 to 8 foot-pound load back here. It's only about a 4-5 foot-pound up front. And we're good. Another adjustment needed back here. And then that's just another step on the way to saving the old Schwinn from the trash. And we'll see you next